Actually, I want to check something real quick. How many balls do I have? 18. Ooh. Level 2. What do you think, Teddy? Did you just throw up? What was that? If that wasn't one of you throwing up, what was that? Poison me? Oh, that's right. I was supposed to catch Ghastly. Can't do that now. Forgot all about that. Excuse me. Alright, Teddy Ursa is obviously going to be better than Fampi, too. He gets stabbed. Scratch is better than tackle. Although lick will be useless, but well, it's not useless. Excuse me. Alright, so we're dead to a crit, I think. Especially from this time. Oh my god, wait, hold on. There should be 2 levels. Haha! Let's go! Man, he's got such a good sprite. They really should have just flipped the colors on Fampi. Oh, imagine red and blue Fampi. Oh, oh. And then blue and red Donphan, so it has Fampi colors. If I ever modded a Pokemon game, I think that'd be like the one thing I actually change about Pokemon. I usually don't like the idea of changing stats and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. But like shiny sprites, I would absolutely change if I modded this game. I'd be an MS Paint reach. I'd be changing everything, bro. This is where Mudslap helped with Phanpy, though, because I got an extra 300 experience every grind. Which isn't a lot, but it does stack up over, 40 hours. So yeah. He might not want this way. He's beginning to believe. Oh, he might die. Take it back. Lick is actually quite great. Scratch has to be like the best move though. I don't know why they decided to make tackle worse. In Gen 3, they gave Pound. I remember Trico getting Pound being like... It wasn't controversial, but it was cool. It was cool. I remember it wasn't just Scratch and Tackle, and it was like, yo, what's going on here? Dude, Leaf Blade. Dude, Leaf Blade back in the day. Oh my god. Seeing Leaf Blade for the first time was like crazy. Like, this is the new level of animation. We made it. Like, this is it. Gaming's here. And then I actually remember when I just remembered why I hated Gen 4 so much. It was the physical special split. I don't even remember what it was about it, which is funny because now I actually prefer it. I hated it so much. Oh, weird. That's so dumb. I should have swapped him. We've learned our lesson. Yeah, again, another reason I like this challenge is because I get all my Phanpy time now instead of later when I'm reminded that Phanpy can't learn Dig, and I fucking scream in anger because it makes no sense. So I get all my Phanpy action right now when Phanpy's cool and mysterious, and you're like, oh, I'd like to use this later, but you're already done, so you're not going to use it later. And not be reminded that Dig doesn't work on the new ground type. The new ground type they introduced to the early game, so that you'd probably have it. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that because it's a 5% encounter with a chance to flee. So, you know, there's a chance. And it is on a single, not, I wouldn't, is it a hidden route? Would you say it's hidden? Would anybody say it's hidden? I don't know if I'd say it's hidden. It is crazy to go back and look at these games through a different, like, viewfinder. Because I was a kid. I was a kid when this... Hey! Quit fighting! I was a little kid when this game came out. And it was considered a little kid game, which is wild to go back and look at it. Because, like, I mean, this really is just a bunch of other games. Like, you've got your turn-based RPG combat, but you've got your monster capture. It's so weird to not look at it as the giant franchise Pokemon, and instead, like, just another competitor back then. But it was too late, man. Pokemon was... It's weird. It's weird to sometimes go back and just look at Pokemon through a different lens and just be like, it was just another RPG. Imagine if, like, I mean, just slightly different variations of reality, man. Like, there could be one where Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy or Monster Rancher or... God, there's so many different ones. I just try to think of them, but I don't even actually know the names of all the different, like, monster tamer games out there. And heck, the ones I listed are just generic JRPGs that end up having monster taming in them. But there's so many games that could have been the franchise, but Pokemon just nailed it, man. I mean, there's good sprites, good animations, the battles make sense, the combat flows. The games are a bit easy. I mean, they were geared towards children, I would say, looking back at it, but, like, I mean, again, the first game, you fight a criminal organization whose goal is to steal Pokemon and take over the world. They take people hostage. In this game, I'd say it's tuned down a bit, but they also cut off the tails of Slowpokes, and multiple times you have to fight against Team Rocket. And again, it's just like, why is there so much crime? Like, if this was a kid's game, it's like, there's a lot of fucking crime going on. Usually not this much crime shoehorned into children's games. But I don't know. Dude, the reality where they got Dragon Quest and Dragon Ball Z is probably crazy. This is gonna sound terrible, but they probably lost Toriyama in that reality at like an even earlier age. Probably worked that man to death. Or he just was capable of forgetting even more and just wrote the most batshit insane stuff, which is more likely. That he just kept forgetting what he was writing between the shows, and people were like, oh, alright, Dragon Quest is coming to Dragon Ball this week. Or like, oh, Dragon Ball is coming to Dragon Quest this week. Oh, it still can't one-shot. I bet at level 15 it will. It's just, yeah, this game's just a recipe, man. Even if you made this nowadays, people would be like, oh, it's a cute Pokemon knockoff. Actually, nowadays, it might actually do quite well. And I don't even want to sound obnoxious saying this. It is going to be obnoxious saying this. But, like, if you could find a way to make a game like this nowadays... I don't even know how to say this without being obnoxious. How do you make a game nowadays that doesn't, and there's quotes around this, have politics? I don't think you can. I think that era of screaming the word politics has just become too much. It's too ingrained in online society. Because, like, as I'm thinking about it, it's like every game that, like, people hold dear as non-political is political. Like, that's the joke. So it's just like, I don't even think you can make a game. Because if you even if you manage to pull it off, there's places that are specifically about pointing out that you managed to do it, and then circle jerking that you are political because you're not political. And it's just like, I don't think you can win on the internet anymore. I don't think you could. Because, yeah, you would have to, like, literally remove... It'd be like, it's like, we're going to remove pronouns from our game. And it's like, so you're not going to refer to anybody? And by the time, like, you know what? Yeah. By the time you manage to complete a game that actually, like, impressively has no pronouns in it, it would be memed for specifically being political for having no... It's just like, it's... What is the term? I don't even... There's a term for that. But, anyways. That would actually be funny, to make an entire game without actually, like, referring to anybody. That'd be wild. That'd be trippy. That'd be one of those things that, like, the player would probably, like, pick up on in the first 10 minutes, and then it would become so that'd be a great twist in a game. Oh, how do you pull that off? What would be the ending? You're just some sort of consciousness, like a part of everything. There are no genders. And it's like, oh shit, this whole time we haven't been like us. We've been we. I think it's pretty good. But you couldn't even do that because those are pronouns. How would you pull that off? That'd be insane. Again, I think it'd be one of those things where, like, in the first 20 minutes, you'd be like, okay, there's something weird going on. And then after, like, I don't know, an hour of it, you'd probably forget that it's happening. Oh, that'd be good. There's something there. Although it probably wouldn't be able to be translated to any other languages. Maybe. What a unique experience. What, little baby? Are you, yeah, no, you probably are. But I'm not gonna feed you right now. What do you want? Besides fed. What do you want besides fed? Actually, let me rephrase that. You wanted fed, I know. Are you strong enough yet? No. Oh, that's bad. If you could refrain from missing, please. Show me all the hoppets. Excuse me. And just like that, Famfi is catching up. However, that distance will never close because Teddiursa has lick and scratch. Oh, look at that. Perfect. I screwed up and it's already a Pokemon I'd have to normally switch for. I think I learned Feint Attack at some point. Oh, not yet. Oh. Oh, is it night? Oh, it's nighttime. I believe... Is Pidgey spawn at night? I believe everybody... I haven't saved in a while. That sucks. I was gonna throw the Pokeball at him. Oh, Fury Swipes. I actually don't remember getting Fury Swipes. Ah. Yes! Oh, where'd Ghastly be? Probably right about here? No? Venmuff, Execute, Nidorino, Abra, Bloom, Seeking, Poliwrath, Jumpluff, Paris, Felix. There he is. And... whoop. Oh, he's on the right. I didn't expect that. I expected him to be on the left. Right at the transition, though, so that's accurate. Oh, I just realized I'm glad I did this now because most of the things at night are super effective against. Well, not most, but there's an additional one that's super effective against Phanpy at night. Alright, so yeah, Teddiursa, yeah, again, I'm seeing why I eventually started doing the Mud Slap exploit in my playthroughs. I should save that for Ghastly. How many are my bots? We don't even have 30 Pokemon yet. I'm good. I do love that it is Gengar's sprite. Her little icon. Can I win this? Hey! I probably shouldn't. The sound of the Pokeball going in is great. Battle of the awful moves right now, man. He can surprisingly handle himself. I should shut up. Oh, well played. Got me good. I'm like actually shocked how well he's handling himself. Like off the rip. Nice. Nice. Oh dude, Spite has an amazing animation. That little imp. When I was growing up, dude, that was one of those things where it was like, what is that? But it's just a sprite. It's one of those things that would, like, nowadays be seen in other games. They're like, oh, look, it's a fucking generic sprite animation used from RPG Maker, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I don't know, it's just funny to look back at it. They were probably like, oh yeah, of course Ghastly, the spirit, can summon another little spirit. But now we look at it and it's like, since when can Ghastly summon a fucking entity? Well, what the f is this? Who is that? It's like, oh yeah, that's early Pokemon. Oh, dude, there's a reality where Azure Dreams was the big fucking... Oh my god, that's the reality I want to be in. Where I actually grew up playing Azure Dreams, and I knew that the final boss was an auto win. Is he already catching up with Phanpy? How's that crazy? How's he doing that? How's he out? I guess it's stab. And he resists everything. Not literally, but... That's something Phanpy actually... excuse me, can't say. Actually, a lot of Pokemon can't say. Resisting most attacks at this point in the game is kind of crazy. And immune to some of them. No wonder I fell in love with Ghastly and stuff. What's crazy is, like, looking back at it, I can even remember the moment, like, I stopped not hating the physical special split. I was playing, this is funny too, I was playing Fire Red Leaf Green, one of the games I don't like. Actually, you know what? And I was just like, yo, why is my Haunter with Shadow Punch not just destroying everything? And it dawned on me that, like, oh, so this is a physical move, and he's a special attacker. So this is worthless. And it made me realize, like, oh, that's why they did it. Like, okay. And then, like, there was this moment where, like, oh, so Shadow Punch is still worthless. And it was just like, okay, so special physical split was good. Because I remember before that, in my mind, like, it just didn't matter. Like, obviously, the moves were gonna match up how they should. And it's just like, oh, shit. I got some incompetent sons of bitches. But this needed fixed. I was unaware. That's also about the time that I had this friend that was, like, super getting into Pokemon while I was still, like, very casual about it. And then one day at school, he whooped my ass in front of our friend group. And it was quite embarrassing. I got fear retarded. And then, like, later that day, like, we were talking, and like he explained to me, like, oh, you haven't used Smogon? And it was like, haven't used what? What the? Why the fuck would I know what that? Why would a casual Pokemon player know what that is? And this was when Heart Gold, Soul Silver had just come out, so like knowing what Smogon was back then was like being a peak Pokemon fan. Being on Smogon back in like, God, what was that? Like 2008 or 9? I don't even know, man. And then, yeah, it was probably like a year later that, like, I was neck deep in Pokemon Showdown. Dude, there was a point where, like, I was just sitting around with friends and we were all playing Pokemon Showdown. That was another time where, like, the friend group kind of, like, fractured, though, because, like, some got into it a lot, and then others were like, you guys are just sitting around playing Pokemon all day? Like, opposed to what? Like, you could be playing Call of Duty right now, you could be playing Pokemon, World of Warcraft, some people are getting into Smite. I think League of Legends had already taken off at that point. Because people were playing Smite. Not in my friend group. Smite was the game that took off in my friend group. And I can prove that because is burned into my mind. Fucking That's also I got dropped from that friend group because I wasn't good enough at Smite. I was the weakest link. Which is funny because that probably is what led to like. Oh wait. Oh, I went back and healed. I forgot. My analness and being like as good as I can in games, because like that was one group, and then there was like a couple shooter groups that I got removed from because I just didn't play well enough. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? Oh god, I'm an idiot. You guys can split that. But that one wasn't even like competitive. Getting removed from the Smite friend group was just like, what do you mean? Like, well, you feed. What do you mean I feed? Well, if you played better, the enemy wouldn't get as many kills, and it'd be easier for us to actually play against them instead of just getting, you know, steamrolled at the end of the game because you've given them. I don't actually remember how bad I was, but I don't remember being that bad. But this is also over 10 years ago, almost pushing 20 years ago now. Which makes me feel old. But yeah, I wasn't great. I was never looking at the greater objective. I was just looking to get some action in. Play some games. But that was funny because, like, as I look back at it, they probably didn't feel bad at it at all because they got removed from my friend groups for not playing well enough. Or playing well enough. It's crazy to think about back then. God, Xbox Live. What was the limit on an Xbox Live party? 7 people? I remember that, man. Trying to join somebody's Xbox Live party, and it's like, dude, there's already 7 in here. It's like, what do you mean there's already 7 people in your group? Damn! And then there was nothing like finding out you were someone's backup group. But it was also understandable completely back then because sometimes you would join somebody's party and you'd be chatting with them and it's like, yeah, I joined your party, but like, it's like, yeah, no, I tried to join somebody else, so I started my own party. It's like, damn. That was great back then. And then you'd like fracture off because somebody'd be like, I'm gonna go play Borderlands. Like, oh yeah! And then like you'd fracture off into a new party so that like the people could play Search and Destroy while you were playing Borderlands and you guys weren't yelling into each other's ears. Everything seemed just a little more fun back then. The drinks just a little more sweeter. The Sundays just a little bit longer. And the violence just a little more out of mind. That's awful. It truly is just rose-tinted glasses. But nice to think about. Pokemon, Ghastly. No one-shot? Damn. I should use Teddiursa since he's got, you know, so much more experience than Vampy already. Ah, where's the one shot? The one shot is real! Looks like we should be able to consistently pull off the one shot next level. That little bump should be enough. Oh, maybe not for now. With the crit, sure. Not bad. Not bad. Good growth, decent pace. He's getting one shots. Without stab. Again, wish I had Mud Slap. Should have done the exploit, but we didn't, so we can say that we didn't. Purely for that. Otherwise I would say that I did, because I did, but we didn't. Because he can learn Mud Slap, but he can't learn Dig. Because that makes sense, right? Because that fucking makes sense. Because that totally makes sense. I wouldn't use Dig, though. It's not like I would go and get Dig. It takes 2 turns anyways. It's not, yeah. I'd rather take half the PP for a weaker move any day. Just so that takes 1 turn. Well, that's certainly a choice. Am I spamming Leer? What the fuck's wrong with me? Is there really such a difference in experience already? That he's caught up, but he's not caught up? Or is like the jump about to start because... Now I've got all 3 moves. I think if I level up, Lick will one-shot everything, so I'm gonna try to do that first. Because Lick will then, if Lick can one-shot everything, I'll just always save it as my last move, and then I can just spam it, and not be afraid of Ghastly. But if I end up with a normal type move last, I have to run through Ghastlies. Just spam Scratch. Alright, yeah, I think the disparity is about to begin. So I was like, how's Fantasy 15? And Teddy Ursa is just barely over 16. But, yeah. Now he has all 3 moves unlocked. He's strong enough to one-shot with Lick, so it's actually getting its full range of PP instead of being cut in half. Oh yeah, he's about to be a monster in the game. Love it. Yeah. That's my boy! I would take almost any shiny from this group. I think the only ones I wouldn't like are Pidgey, Hoot Hoot. That's it. I think Pidgey and Hoot Hoot. Bellsprout, not a lot, but it has the blue. Ghastly, obviously. Weedle and Kakuna aren't my favorite, but Beedrill has the blue. I love the whole Caterpie line shiny. Poliwag's not the greatest, but I love it, especially because I could get Politoed shiny. What else? Spinarak I would love. Although there's an Ariados I'd like to hunt instead, but I mean, again, I'd take Spinarak, obviously. low. Perfect. Well done. Oh, shit. God damn it. Goal is to get him to 20. And then we can start the usual grind. Wait, what the fuck? God damn it. Not what I wanted. When do I learn curse? Oh, it's still not a one-shot. Bulky son of a bitch. Not gonna get 16, but it's tight. I'm zoning out. I'm tired. Might go back to bed. If you were to make this like a generic RPG and put a random enemy in that shouldn't be here, who would it be? Oh, Ursaring and Donphan at night. 100%. Make them 1% encounters and make them like level 15 in the cave. That would be absolutely terrible. Could you imagine running into that? It'd be terrifying. The cave and on the hill, respectively. Oh my god, that'd be terrifying. I love it when games have early bosses like that you're not supposed to fight, or not even bosses, but just enemies. Where it's like, what is that? It's like, oh, it's friendly. It won't attack. Unless you attack it. It's like, oh, I'm gonna attack it. It's got loot. Scratch my neck. I am also drinking way less caffeine than I used to, so I'm probably just tired from that too. But I did get up at like 1 o'clock in the morning, so, you know. Okay, I'll sleep. I'll feed you kitty cats in a bit. In a bit. Not even your normal food time yet. I'm up so early. It's probably because I didn't sleep super well. Man, I had a bad dream. It was a new dream too. I'd never had a dream like this before. I was walking through like a super thick like woods or jungle even. Forest. Definitely woods is the only reason I describe it as woods is because the feeling of getting a spider web stuck on my face was so real, and like I've only ever walked through the woods. I've never truly been in like a jungle. But the feeling of having the spider web on my face was so awful and real in the dream that it was just like, oh, this has to be reality. Like, this is terrible. I probably just had the blanket up against. I was probably suffocating through the fucking blanket. But or it was my hair. I try to keep my hair up at night, but I fail to most times. I usually just braid it so it's out of the way, but I haven't been braiding my hair at all lately. I don't know why, I'm just lazy. It takes a minute. I don't have the most hair in the world, but I'm gonna take a break, I think.